guys, it's me. I'm back.
What's up, party people?
We're like, Mads, come on.
All right, this show is taking a turn for the. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Monster Bass Live. My name is Rick. I think at some point there'll be a little name card on the screen, let you know who I am. I'll be your host for the next hour and 15 minutes. We're gonna try and keep it to a minimum today because I want to be respectful of all my other good friends that have shows today, and sometimes I tend to talk a lot. So if this is your first time tuning in, we're a little bit different than some of the other live streams that you have. We've got a hotline, which we're going to open up immediately. We're going to take your questions because we got a great show for you. I am literally, my guest today, as I've been just told, is America's grandpa. He is none other than Fishing with Gramps, and we're excited to have him on the show today. Gonna get in depth and personal. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna get to know Gramps a little bit better, and I think that's what makes our show a little bit special. If this is your first time tuning in, do me a favor. Just hit the like button. I promise you're gonna like the show. And if you love the show, well then make sure you hit the subscribe button. It'll keep you up to date on all things having to do with Monster Bass. Today's show is brought to you by Bulk Jerky. American-made jerky. We're going to eat some of this on the show today. We love it. And you can hit them up at bulkbeefjerky.com. So hook yourself up with some beef jerky so you got some snacks next time you're in the water. It's been an interesting day. We've been sitting here in the new office talking about 2022. And we got some really big things in store for all you guys. And next week's going to be unprecedented because it's just going to be me. No guest, no co-host, just me and you. We're going to sit here. We're going to talk about 2022. And all I'm going to do is take live calls. This is your opportunity to get up close and personal with the value proposition that we're going to deliver to you, the subscriber of Monster Bass. I'm going to let you have the opinions. You share them with me in hopes of building a better community for Monster Bass. It's something I've wanted to do for a little bit, and I think that next week's the perfect time to do so. So make sure you stay tuned next week. As always, I want to say thank you. We got Rafi Man in the chat. We probably have Make Red Rich again. Here as well. I like to think that we have the best customer service on the planet. Want to give a shout out to Katie. Katie's grandpa passed away unexpectedly, and our hearts go out to her and her family for the unexpected tragedy. We've been hit with a lot of stuff this year, man. So it's been kind of crazy. Anyway. Let's, don't forget, we've got golden tickets and super chats. So Scott Hughes is getting a rod shipped to him. I'm actually going to call him tomorrow and give him his choice on a couple different options in terms of the rods that are in my garage. Today's super chat. Here's how you're going to get a shot at another rod. I'm going to give you another rod. It'll be between $100, $150. Again, not sure what's in the garage. I'll give you your choice after Scott. Every dollar is a vote. And every question that you call in live is also going to be a vote. So get excited and let the games begin. So with that, let's not waste any more time. Jared, let's open the hotline. Let's readjust my seat so I feel like I can see. And let's welcome our guest to the show. He's, unless this is your first day on YouTube, you know my guest. He's got a really popular show. He's got strong opinions, and rightfully so. He's been a good friend of the show, and I'm excited to have him on. Let's give a big warm welcome to America's Grandpa, Fishing with Gramps.
Thanks for that.
What's going on, man?
I am doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. Thank you. I'm really excited to have you on the show. So thanks a lot for agreeing to do so.
Hey, I'm glad to be here. You know me.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't. I mean, that's what we're going
Well,
to do. We're going to get to know you a little bit better.
that'll work.
Right. So, for everyone that's new, what part of the country are you in?
I live in the Midwest. I'm in southern Indiana, in the hills of a small state.
Nice. So, so it's your first time on the show, but you've been a long time listener because I see your comments in the chat. What when you're sitting at home watching, and we're talking about whatever we're talking about, how hard is it to sit there and just interact with via chat versus wanting to call right in and just be heard right away?
I mean, I like watching the chat, and I do it with several channels that I'm fans of because I'm obviously a fan of Monster Bass, and several of the folks that you've had on, from KVD to Chad Hoover to Debo and all of your pro staff. And I like hearing everybody's opinions because we all share, something in common, our love for the outdoors and fishing. And obviously I like sitting and watching in the chat as many of us do, trying to share, kind of what we know. As I always say, I don't know everything, but I know a thing or two because I've caught a fish or two. But
Or two.
I like watching and seeing the questions come through and, kind of pitching in and helping out when I can, where I can. And that's kind of how my channel became to be.
Right on. So where did let's go all the way back. Where did the love for the outdoors and fishing begin? Was that like something because of your father, or was that
It was a combination of my dad and my mom's dad, my grandpa, which that's who my channel's dedicated to, Burl Jenkins. Obviously I've talked about my father being in the Army, being a Vietnam vet, and then coming out and serving. So we lived all over the country and the world. I, spent time in Germany when I was a kid and traveling all over the States. But every year we would come back to Southern Indiana because that's where both of my parents lived. And my grandpa would take us down to, the river, or we have some like backwash areas we call the slough. And, we'd fish for bluegill and crappie and bass and things like that. But we were always a family that, since we traveled so much, when we were stationed in Fort Lewis, Washington, that's a 3-day drive across the country. So my folks would pull over in like national parks and, we would camp along the way. And my dad had like this inflatable raft that he would take us out on ponds and, go fishing.
Amazing.
He didn't have a whole lot of time for it, but the time that we did have, we loved doing that. And then, when he got out of the Army and we settled back here in Southern Indiana, I grew up with my cousins wading in the creeks with cane poles or little fishing poles and, just kind of doing those things that kids and teenagers do. And it's just always been a love of mine that, I like sharing with other people as well.
Right on. So you decide, you love fishing, and you decide at what point I'm going to start a YouTube channel because, you and I are not exactly Guggen Squad members. They're a little bit younger than us. So at what prompted you? At what point were you like, you know what, I'm going to create a channel?
Well, my channel's actually been around a pretty long time. I used to just kind of film myself or my sons when we would go out kayak fishing a bit, just to kind of capture, it wasn't so much for anybody else as it kind of was for us, for bragging rights, to kind of, film a few, big ones that we caught and talk smack to each other. And my channel was just kind of a dad being a dad and all of that. It wasn't so much fishing focused. because, I used to be a competitive pistol shooter. So I had, matches up. We used to do a lot of deer hunting and things like that. But the platform doesn't really care for a lot of that these days. So there's a big gaps in my channel from me and the boys when they were younger to basically this last 2 years. But where Fishing with Gramps came from, it was rebranded over last winter when last year, as you know, with everything that's going on out in the world today, we had a lot of people hitting the outdoors for the first time. And I had friends that, either they went fishing with their parents when they were kids, and now they've got younger kids, but they don't remember much about it. They just remember going fishing. And they wanted to kind of take their kids out and do that too. And, I had a single mom who loved fishing with her dad, and he's no longer around, and she's got a little boy now, and she asked me to make some videos. So I had started throwing up some basic kayak fishing videos, and when she asked me that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start from scratch, from your first little Zebco spin casting rod from the Walls Mart, how to set it up, how to put the hooks on, bobbers, worms, and go do that. And it just so happens, while that was going on, my son is a medic in the Army, and he sent his family back up to Indiana while they were dealing with the pandemic stuff down at his base. And we happened to have my granddaughter, who was 5 years old at the time, that we were out doing a picnic, and I just happened to have a little fishing pole in the truck and a little thing of worms just in case.
Yeah.
And took her out on a boat dock, and she caught her first bluegill. And it's kind of been just building up from there. I've done, videos of me fishing in kayaks and kayak tournaments and things like that. But I've also slowly, from spin casting Zebcos to spinning rods, and now I'm getting ready to start a bait casting series. So kind of doing a little bit of everything to for people who, I used to tournament fish when I was younger, before my kids started their, like most kids do, I gave that up so I can start coaching little leagues and things like that. But I have a lot of experience, doing, at that level as well. But so I kind of do a little bit of everything. I like the basic teaching. I like sharing kind of what I know with more experienced anglers. The funny thing is, this year is the first year I really competed in kayak tournaments. And I ended up in all three different series, including KBF. You had Chad Hoover on. I qualified for the championship at all the different levels. So they're actually having the KBF championships in Shreveport next month, but I can't go to that because I've got inspections at work and whatnot going on. But maybe next year I'll plan it out a little better. So if I qualify again, maybe I can go fish with the big boys.
Yeah, yeah. Now you mentioned that your channel, had to go through a little bit of a rebranding, and I noticed this weekend there's a lot of talk about YouTube demonetizing certain channels and things. Well, what's your take on all that?
I mean, I wish consistency is what I would like to see. I had some of my biggest videos were just videos I just did for friends asking me on how to clean a pew pew or two. And, I had a couple videos that were like 175,000 views. And for a little channel like me, that's a lot. I had some of my son's first deer hunts on there, but I took all those down and saved them to my hard drive. And realistic, now it's going to be, and it's going to stay with all fishing. But it upsets me a bit because there's a lot of folks that have interested in firearms and competition and hunting, and we all contributed into building YouTube to what it is today. I mean, there was a guy named Nuttin' Fancy years ago who just used to do little, reviews and whatnot. And that brought a huge following to YouTube. A lot of the outdoors, whether it's fishing, hunting, whatever. My thing is, lay your rules out. And if we're following your rules, inform us. If you want, if you don't want to show a deer being cleaned or whatever, fine. We can edit that stuff out. But don't just have some kid sitting in a room that knows nothing about the outdoors because he doesn't like the content, shutting things down. Yeah. We sign an agreement with them. We provide content. They pay us a little bit because, as there's no, unless you're the squad you were talking about, we ain't making those bucks. I mean, I'll never make back what I put into YouTube, but but we sign that partnership, and that's
Sure.
what it should be. They should be working with us with them. If they want to change the way they do things, let us know. Don't just shut the stuff off, because a lot of those channels, like you're talking about, those guys grew the way they are, but they pay a staff of people to contribute to what they do, and it's a lot of work for a lot of people. And just to shut that off, it's not a partnership if it's a one-way ticket. It's like a marriage. It's got to go both ways or it's not going to go.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I don't think it matters what side of the coin you stand on in terms of this content. I think it does come down to this was a partnership, and if they're going to make the change to the rules, no problem. That's their right. It's their platform. But give people some notice, I think, is just the right thing to do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
Just be a partner. That's all I ask.
yeah, I totally get it. Let's take a moment. I want to give away some. I want to call the first golden ticket number. If you're unaware of what a golden ticket is, every Monster Bass box contains a golden ticket, individually numbered. Your chance to win a prize pack from my garage. It'll probably be worth a couple $100 worth of baits. Could have some apparel in it. Could have some accessories. Really comes down to whatever I feel like sending. Because I got a lot of stuff. I used to say a lot of crap in my garage, but then, I don't want you to think I'm just sending you whatever's left in my garage. I'm actually sending you really good stuff. So the first golden ticket number is B9836X1525. That's your number. Just hit up marketing@monsterbass.com, take a picture, send it to us, and we'll hook you up. We got the phone lines open, and again, for everybody watching at home, super chat. Every question you ask is an entry. Actually, every question you ask is what should we do? 5, 10? Every question you ask is 10. Every person that calls in, 10 entries into the drawing for a rod. I bet the phone lines will light up now. A couple questions for you, America's Grandpa. Your PB is?
My PB is 867. I caught that in Texas years ago when I was stationed down there. My brother and I would go beat some banks and do all that. I don't really talk about that one much because I didn't fish a whole lot when I lived in Texas when I really should have been.
Oh my God, right.
My PB here in the Midwest, which is the one I'm trying to beat, is 687, which is funny because the numbers are almost identical. But
Totally.
here in Indiana, if you catch, I caught that one in 1998, 99 in a club classic, and that actually put me in the lead to win that one. But I have not caught anything that big that I either weighed or measured since then. I've probably had some that size, but I catch some 5s and 4s,
Sure.
along the way, and the occasional 6. But that's my current PB here in Southern Indiana.
What's your? Do you have a bucket list lake?
Actually, I was just at it, but a hurricane decided to blow through and kind of make the muddle the waters a little bit. We actually, when I was coming back from El Paso with Hunter, we stopped by Lake Fork, and we really did it just on the off chance that we might get lucky. This 2 or 3 or 4 week period of the year is generally some of the worst fishing that there can be. Yes, sometimes you can get lucky, and that's really all that we were banking on is, we're going to spend a half a day with a guide and maybe get lucky and snag into one. But we had Hurricane Nicholas blowing in on us.
Sure.
And pretty much blew us off the water. We had, I caught a few dinks, and, of course, I'm going to go catch them Debo dinks anywhere. But we were probably a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks early, but the guide was awesome. He's like, look, I love what you guys do. He said, come back down here in June and I'll put you on some big fish. So
nice.
By then all my sons will be out of the service. I'll probably grab my brother and my dad, and we'll just make a road trip back to Lake Fork.
That's amazing. Do you have a bucket list? Like if you could collaborate and fish with anybody?
Oh man. I would probably say Chad Hoover with KBF. I love everything that Chad does. Of course, he's a Navy veteran, so I got to give him grief because that's what Army and Navy does. But I love what he does for veterans. I love what he does for kayak bass fishing itself. I never thought I would dig kayak bass fishing as much as I actually do. It's funny because I have a boat and I just bought it last winter, and I've probably been out 4 or 5 times, but I've probably been in my kayak 50 or 60 times. But I mean, realistically, I bought the boat for my sons when they get out, and to take my granddaughters out too. But I mean, probably Chad Hoover. He does a lot of work with the Heroes on the Water and the Fallen Outdoors, and I'm all about supporting those veteran events and things like that too. So I get it.
Nice. All right, let me ask you a couple of questions, then we're going to jump right in and take some calls. So, bag or box? There's been a lot of talk lately about all the different boxes that are out there and comments, because everybody on social media is a critic. What do you like better, the bag or the box? Okay.
I'm like you. I got a burn pit. I don't need more stuff to burn. My wife is an Amazon Prime user.
Oh, my God, right? I must get 6 boxes a day. And
yeah,
I don't have the time to return all the stuff that she gets, but it's crazy how many boxes we get. Like, if my son doesn't break them all down, my recycling bin can't hold it all. It's impossible.
I just do box in a box in a box, fill them up with junk mail, and then put them in the burn pit and have a little cigar out back and watch it burn.
Right on. What is your thoughts on discontinued colors or baits?
They're discontinued for a reason, I guess. If I was going to say anything, and I go with what your motto is, only the best brands make it in the box or bag. I would make the exception for the Monster Bass stuff that you guys make, because I think those are some pretty, they're worthwhile. I mean, as I was skeptical as you can get, but I've actually been impressed with all the Monster Bass baits that I've thrown.
Thank you. Now, what is your take on up and coming brands? Because I can take you down the aisle of Bass Pro Shops and give you 6 brands or whatever that you've heard of. But is there something, in your opinion, there's no right or wrong, but in your opinion, is there something to be said about every now and then including a couple brands that seem to have really good followings in their local communities, but may not have made it to the national level?
Yeah, I mean, I get that. You bought me over with the X Zone, that Adrenaline Crawl. When it came out, it actually came out around the same time as I got some of the Monster Bass tungsten jigs. There are some, Big Bite Baits is not maybe a bigger one, but they're obviously coming along. There is there are some that I'm like, maybe not, but I'll give you an example because you know me.
Yep.
I'm never going to throw this, a pink and green glittery. I'm not going to throw that.
Okay.
I could have got a Booyah Frog and would have been perfectly content with pretty much everything else in this bag. Now, that being said, I don't know who this is. As far as I know, they're guys that make stickers and have a couple of things. That could have been a Strike King, throw me back, and I would have been completely happy. But, X Zone Crawls, Lucky Strike Crankbait, the new swim bait from Fred, there would have been a time I would have been critical of this.
Sure.
But that's a damn good looking popper, and I'm going to throw it this weekend. You're not going to please 100% of the people.
Understood.
100% of the time. It's just like anything else. If you were going to ask me what I think you should do, to keep your bag the best it can be, everyone on your pro staff should have a vote on whether it makes the bag or not. And if it's not something they're going to throw, it doesn't. And I mean, your pro staff of guys that do your testing, they should, if they're working with you, collaborating with you, ain't not a single one of them going to throw this frog. That's just my opinion. And they should be able to tell you that, they can tell you that something else, may be better for it. But I mean, for me, everything else in there, if you're going to say you're going to have the best brands in the bag, then that's, that's what we want to see, because I actually wrote down probably about a page and a half list of everything I love about what you do, except for just these couple of things.
Okay. I appreciate the feedback. What's your take on the Dobbin skipping rod? Do you love it?
Yeah. And it's funny because it's not the highest end rod there is. I mean, I've got an NRX Plus from G Loomis, and I've got the new Daiwa Steez, but my skipping rod is my Dobbin skipping rod with a Lew's Pro SP skipping reel on it, and that's what I use for skipping docks and this and that. I try to, I've got gear on both the high end and the low end, because I don't want to teach some brand new angler, oh, you got to go get this $600 rod and this, $400 reel to catch bass. No, you can get some pretty decent combos for $150 and less, and go catch fish. You can go to Walmart and get a, Abu Garcia Black Max and catch fish. You can increase I always tell everybody, increase your equipment as your skills increase. So
yeah, agreed.
Or
once you've made the decision to like really go for it, like you see these guys that enter the industry and, enter the sport, and they think they have to go buy the most expensive stuff, and then they buy it all, and then they don't end up staying in it. It's like, what a waste of money.
Oh yeah, big time.
So, what do you say we take a call? We've got T-Rex quietly waiting in the background, and we should let's see what he's up to.
All right.
How's it
Good
going?
afternoon, fellas. How you guys doing today?
Great. How are you, man?
I'm good. Considering, just staying busy and working and getting ready for this weekend. Same old stuff.
Right on. What? Do you
Hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. You cut out for a second.
Okay. What are you where are you gonna be fishing this weekend?
I'm actually not fishing. Maybe Sunday I can probably fish. Every year I do a poker tournament. It's a charity tournament. We raise money for scholarships. Last year we did 10 $1,000 scholarships for the local high school here.
Whoa! Wow.
I do it for a friend of mine whose son passed away. So it's a big charity event that we do here. We do it every year. So this year we partnered up with a local store here that gave us a autograph Doyle Brunson certified and a Magic Johnson autograph certified to raffle off to help raise money. So it should be a good time this year.
If you got anything signed by Doyle, you're going to have a crowd.
Oh yeah.
If you might want to send me a picture of what that is that Magic Johnson is signed. I might want to bid on it.
Yeah, it's signed and certified.
Oh my god!
Wow. And he's standing on the court with Larry Bird.
Oh, that's pretty sick. I'd take that all day.
Larry Bird, eh?
Yeah, right. Oh my goodness. So you got a specific question for America's favorite grandpa?
Oh, you know what I always do.
Okay.
Growing up, who was your number one go-to for fishing? Who taught you how to fish? Who inspired you?
Are you talking about like in real life or like, one of our TV personalities?
Real life.
Real life would honestly it's my grandpa. I mean, he wasn't big into bass fishing, but he loved bluegill and crappie fishing. He loved to fly fish, which is something I still say I'm going to get out and do one of these days. For me, the skills that some of those guys have to tie the ties, let alone, flicking the bullwhip and catching fish that way, it's always intrigued me. But it's like there was some point in time when I started catching bass, then everything in my life after that became I got to catch the next bigger bass, and so I'm still chasing a double digit. Even though I got away from bass fishing for a while, it's become again something that I'm all about. So now it's like, okay, where do I got to go? What do I got to do to catch a big one? It's
Sure.
just something I want to do. But I like chasing them, and I like chasing smallmouth bass, but definitely my grandpa. You can't hardly see it in the screen up here, but my brother gave me for my birthday. It was a collection of little like spinners and whatnot that my grandpa had in a tackle box, and then along the top of it says Burl Jenkins, and that was actually the nameplate that came off of their mailbox after after the farm was no more. Now it's just kind of an overgrown bunch of acres, but my brother put that together for me and kind of built it into a present. And he knew he's like me. He loved my grandpa with everything there was, and we learned a lot from him.
That's great. It's always good to learn from family and keep the whole family tradition alive. Every family has their own
very
little,
much so, yeah.
in my opinion, has their own little way of fishing. So yeah, growing up, fishing with my grandma all the time, and then you go see how other people and their family fish, and you're just like, what are you guys doing?
Well, it's not even really about fishing, is it? It's more about building that tight knit family that does things together, right? You start that young, and it doesn't become a chore when they're 15 and 16 and they're chasing girls, right? They're still going to want to go fishing with you because they've had so much fun, growing up with you. And that's where parents, I think, really have to think this through, because you can't get frustrated with a kid because the kid doesn't know how to fish, and you may not be the best teacher. You just got to have patience, and maybe the best thing you can do is put them onto somebody's channel like this, and like Gramps, and watch it together, right? Don't just send them off to go watch it. Do it with them, and then spend time. Then when you get them out fishing, right? It's gonna last so much longer, and the experience is gonna be that much better.
One of the things I tell people is don't take your kids fishing with you. Take your kids fishing. You don't have a rod and reel in your hand. You are helping them. You got to be patient. I mean, they're younger, and until they feel that first tug for themselves, you're doing everything. But, some of the biggest mistakes I see is you got a dad who wants to go out and catch some fish and take his kids along with him.
And he ignores
them. Dad, put the rod down. Leave it home. Put the rods in their hands. Let them catch the fish. If you want to hook a kid, that's how you get them started. Let them feel that tug. Let them feel that excitement. If you go watch the video of my granddaughter, Sky, you watch the end of how I want to do it again. I want to do it again. I want to fish again. You don't forget that. And that's how you get them.
That's some mic drop right there. That's some serious, that's truth. I mean, couldn't have said it any better. Right on. All right. T-Rex. I love how I call everybody by their channel name.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, my friends call me T-Rex.
I bet they
I'm
do.
short, I'm fat, and I got short arms. So,
oh man.
So it's funny because I had one of the local guys here. He's like, hey, he doesn't really fish, but he follows me on Facebook, Instagram, and he's like, I want to design you a logo because that we can put it on a sticker and put it on your truck. So he's in the process of designing me a T-Rex holding a fishing pole. And
dude, I love it.
Yeah, I'm waiting because it's been like a week already. I'm like, I can't wait to see what he comes up, because he comes up with some good stuff.
Totally.
So,
that's going to be awesome.
Well, I'll let you guys go because I know there's a lot of people that want to call in. And Rick, make sure Rocky shows you that video that I sent him of that I've been redoing my man cave.
Okay.
I've got 20-something different pictures, all autographed, all wrestling, old school.
Oh my God. You're gonna
my youngest son would love that.
Dude.
Yeah.
I have a dream that one day I'm going to be having, my guest is going to be like one of my childhood, wrestlers that I grew up watching on TV. Like, that might be the first time I might get starstruck. Like, I just think I might lose it. I'd be so excited. I'd be like a kid in a candy store.
My dad and my youngest
almost
son
called it.
are still so into wrestling.
It's so good. It's so good.
Oh yeah. I'm planning on hitting WrestleMania this year, but I was gonna call in today and use my Hulk Hogan voice and mess with you a little bit, but
Nice.
my Hulk Hogan voice ain't that good. You know, brother.
Wow.
All right, guys. Well, I know there's
All right, man.
plenty of other people that want to
Yeah.
call in, so
All right, buddy.
you
All right.
guys have a good one.
All right. We'll talk to you. All right. That was T-Rex. Let's go to Dallas, Texas first because he's been waiting for 5 minutes. And then we'll go to my name is, yeah. All right. Go ahead, caller. What's going on?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. So, I got a question for Fishing with Gramps here. My brother and I just started our YouTube channel, fishing channel, Heavy Z Fishing, and we just started about a couple weeks ago. And my question to you is, what is the best way to grow your YouTube bass fishing channel off the very beginning, obviously? And a second question, what is your number one bait that you always have with you whenever you go fishing?
Great question.
Well, I'm guessing anybody who watches me knows what my number one bait that I always have with me is, and that's a chatterbait. I grew up throwing a spinnerbait, and when chatterbaits became a thing, growing up, a spinnerbait and a jig was how I fished. So that was my fast and slow. So to me, I can move a chatterbait quick. I can slow it down and fish it like a jig. I seem to be able to work it in every water column at every level. If I want to imitate like a crawl, I can throw a chigger crawl on it. If I want to, make it into a shad, I can throw a Zako on it. It's just, it's just something that I just have more confidence in. I probably throw a chatterbait 80% of the time. I throw a chatterbait when you're not supposed to throw a chatterbait, but that's just my thing. As far as channels go, you just have to start making videos. A lot of people, and the funny thing is, over the winter, I'm actually going to set up a separate channel just for how to YouTube because I have so many people ask me that question. And I'm a techie guy, and I've spent some time trying to learn the ins and outs, and I've learned a little bit. It's for the technical side of it, it's just making videos. Make videos that you want to watch. Right now, a lot of my stuff are more instructional videos with some kayak fishing and whatnot. Next year, I really want to get into making content that people would want to throw up on their big screen and watch. For example, if you watched the Mad Max video that Rick and the guys at MONSTERBASS put out, that was a very well produced video. I mean, you wouldn't think it as so much of a commercial for the bait, but it showed a lot about how you use the bait and how you fish the bait, but the cuts and everything in it were just very, very well done. There's some channels that like doing a lot of tackle unboxings. There's some that go out and do rod and reel reviews, and there's some, they break down fishing, but be genuine in what you want to do and it'll come through. A guy like, if you watch Debo's fishing, he's just a real dude. He's not a salesman. He's not trying to pretend like he knows everything there is to know, but he shares what he knows because, but he does it in such a genuine way. It's easy for people to learn from what he does. So the best thing you can do is start making videos. You're going to suck. You're going to have, and you have to suck when you first start, because that's why we all have those videos at the very beginning of channels that you're like, oh my God, I was not comfortable in front of the camera. I was full of ums and ohs.
Totally.
And you learn. I mean, you really learn. So the best thing to do is start, and you get better with every video you make. That's all I can tell you right now. But it's just the way. It's just the way to get started. Just start making videos. You'll learn as you go.
Yep. Yeah, I think, and I apologize to the caller. I know Heavy Z. I know we got cut off, but I hope you heard his advice. I think it's simple. I think it's be true to yourself, be consistent, and have fun doing it. It's okay. Like, oh my God, I've made some of the worst videos on the planet, and they're still up there. Like, I joke around about the first one I made where I held the camera the wrong way and you got the 2 panels on the side, so it looks ridiculous. And I was like, I don't know. I had no idea what I was doing. I just did it, and I left it up there. It's still up there to this day, and I'm like, I don't really care. I mean, you know, you can't take it that serious. So,
Yep.
So there you go. All right, let's go to our next caller. I know he's. I've been watching the chat. It's. We've been going back and forth. Let's see who's on the line, and let's find out how we can help out. So, caller, if you can hear me, can you turn down the volume on your laptop or whatever? How's it going?
How's that?
How you doing?
We're good. How are y'all?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Good.
They told me to call, man. So I called.
Okay. How can I
I
help
think
you?
the bags are cool, man. I think the bags are great. But I like how your caller in called. I'm not impressed with the frog myself. I got a white and pink one. I'm never going to throw it. Anytime I throw white, I'm spot fishing in the spawn. The other one, my wife, she got a black toad. That's night fishing, kind of specific. Cool toads, though. But the real kicker for me was I got Ned rig worms in my bag, but I got 4-aught worm hooks. I didn't get any Ned rig gear for the worms that I got, and nobody's going to put a 4-inch Ned worm on a 4-aught hook and throw it out there like that. I didn't really get the hardware to fish the stuff out of the bag. And then the same in my white top, I heard topwater bag, and I got some toads and the same red 4-aught hooks. So I went and bought the recommended hooks that came in the bag, which is a hook to use 4 to 5-aught EWG dual frog hook. So we went and got those so she could use it. But there's some cool stuff in the bag, and I like it, and the bag's cool. But yeah, you can't take this bag and fish everything straight out of it.
All right, let me take a step back. What? All right, do you have a subscription, or did you just buy a bag off
Well, see what I did. I checked it out. I went and bought your monthly bag, and then I bought the topwater bag, and then I looked in your store, and I was really impressed with the store. Guys, if y'all haven't looked at their store is great. You can't knock the store at all. Great deals.
Sign up for the VIP list. It's even better.
I spent about $200 with them. So yeah, I mean, the store is great. The in-store is great, but I wasn't impressed with the bag because I couldn't fish everything straight out of it. You know what I mean? I was excited. I wanted to take your bag and go to the lake and be able to fish each piece, have the hardware for the soft plastics or whatnot, but I can't.
So
I had to go buy stuff for it.
All right. So are you saying that you didn't receive any? You only received 1 pack of soft plastics in your bag?
I got one. I got two. No, I got 2 of the same Ned rig. Hold on, let me pull it out. They're short. It's the same ones that he put up.
Okay, so it's possible then that you got a duplicate in the bag and the soft
We're
plastic.
on the highway coming back from Bass Pro Shop.
Yeah. I was just saying.
The Z Bait Co. Fish Crave It. The Twist
okay,
Baby
sure.
Gill 4-inch 7-count.
And you're
My
saying
wife loves her bag. I can't even play there.
all right.
But yeah, mine. I didn't get the stuff to fish the stuff, man. And the white and pink frog. I don't know. My bag felt kind of rushed.
All right. Well, I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate your support, and I'm glad that you love the store. And hopefully, what you see coming forward, next week's show is all going to be about 2022, and I've got some big things in store for you. So that I think some of the things you're talking about we'll be able to address with next month. So I appreciate you calling in, and stay safe out there. Oh my God, we got another one? Okay, good. Oof. Okay. The VIP is pretty, there's some pretty good deals to be had on the VIP.
If you guys aren't on the VIP list, get on the VIP list.
Dude, it's crazy. Like I'm waiting for like people that, so I formed this board, to have a board of directors. And I feel like, I'm waiting for the day when they come to me and be like, Rick, what are you doing? Like you're giving this stuff away. I'm like, no. I'm making room in the warehouse for the other stuff because I got a lot of stuff coming in. Like I got so much stuff coming in and I just want to blow out the stuff that I got. Like, so if I can make a dime, it's better than paying a dime to have it sit there.
Yep.
So anyway, let's give away another golden ticket. All right. First of all, to all the men and women that serve for this country, I want to say thank you for your service and for your time. It doesn't go unnoticed. And for everyone that's watching, all the things that we take for granted on a daily basis, you may want to just stop and think for a little bit because there's a reason why we have some of those freedoms that we have. All right, I'm done preaching. The next golden ticket is D4964C2547. Oh my God, please turn Rick up. Can you guys not hear me? James O'Neill, can you not hear me? I'm sorry, like I'm trying to, I got this thing in front of me as much as I possibly can. Doing the best. Somebody tell me where Fishing in the Southeast is, because if that guy doesn't call in, I'm going to start to wonder. Anyway.
I know I saw him in the comments earlier.
He was actually on the line. I'm going to guess it was dinner time and Mom called him and said he's got to go. We know how that goes. All right, guys, hotline's open. We're taking calls. We're on with Fishing with Gramps. And let's let the questions begin. So Gramps, you're out fishing today, let's say. What are we throwing this time of year besides chatterbaits? And if you're throwing a chatterbait, what color are you throwing and what trailer?
Actually, I'm not, I will have one on, but this time of year, fall, as we get ready to go into fall in the Midwest, I'll probably, and I kind of anticipated this was coming. So if I'm going to have 5 things besides a chatterbait, my chatterbait will be white with a smaller trailer on it, and it'll probably be the stealth chatterbait. This time last year is when I was fishing in and won the Northern Region Heroes on the Water tournament. And the last fish I needed to pass the guy that I was behind, they wouldn't bite a regular chatterbait. So I put a stealth blade on with a smaller trailer, ended up catching that 16-inch fish I needed to secure the win. But this time of year, top water, thinking that Patriot 2.0 baby Ragnar, which is, really kind of sweet. Like a Strike King sexy dog. So these top water walking baits, a Berkeley Chapo kind of, the little 3.5 inch like bone. Sure. The shad are going to be moving. And it's these spawn shad, the ones that spawned this year that are growing and they're in big balls. And these bass are going to be tearing them up, getting ready for winter. I'm going to have a jerk bait, a 6 cents provoke or like a KVD 100, again, probably in white. That KVD red eye shad, lipless crankbaits, probably rattle traps. 6 cents. I can't remember what theirs is. I like some of the 6 cents stuff too, but I'm going to have a square bill. That's Alex Rudd's going to be screaming, you got to throw that square bill. So something like in a shad color, if the water's pretty clear, those little silent Rudd crankbaits, they just keep catching me fish. So I can't, I dig them.
If you like those, I have got 4 more coming. 4 new patterns that he created. I'm super excited for it. I think I'm going to see the samples next week. So.
Oh, nice.
All right, let me ask you this. I'm going to go through some baits, and I want you to tell me what you think of them. Hold on. Okay, here we go. What are your thoughts on This is pretty good. Oh, wait, October. Wow. All right. Have you ever fished the Excite XB5?
Can't say that I know him by name.
All right, so the Excite XB5 is it's kind of like a hybrid square bill. It's got the body and the lip of a square, but it's got a tiny little point at the end of the square.
Didn't we got one of those recently, didn't we?
No, that was the XB1. And
Okay.
that was 14 months ago.
Man, has it been okay?
14 months ago.
I think I know what you're talking about. It's kind of like a cross between a crankbait and a jerkbait, isn't it? Am I thinking of the right thing?
Maybe not. Let me see what it says here. It's $8.79 at Tackle Warehouse. I think they liken it to more of a cross between a crank and a square bill because it's
okay.
But it dives 2 to 5 feet, half ounce. You throwing that this time of year?
Yeah, most definitely.
We've already established a lipless. There's this new lipless from Castaic that's out. It just so happens it's gonna come in a custom pattern from Messer Customs.
Oh,
there's this new crankbait, dives to 6 feet. It's called the Seeker 6. You ever heard of it?
no, but if anything, it's around 6 feet. I got plenty of ledges and rocky banks and points to fish.
Ooh, is there a way we could cut to that video? That would be so exciting. Maybe next week. So that's brand new. You fish a lot of buzzbaits?
Yes, that's the buzzbait. You know, where everybody else catches them on a frog, I catch them on a buzzbait.
Okay. What do you like to put on the back of a buzzbait? Anything?
I mean, I've seen a lot of the guys do some of the toads and the double. I'm more of like a twin tail grub kind of a guy. I don't need a ton of action back there taken away from the blades, but you know, I always like those buzz baits that are 2 blades as well. But
sure,
you know, if I can get some little tails kicking back there to draw their attention, I'm all about some of that too.
Okay. And then you like some Ned fishing?
You know, the funny thing is, that's one place that I'm really weak, and that's one place I noticed in tournament fishing this year that guys were catching a lot on the Ned. My cousin here in Indiana caught a 6.5 pounder on a Ned, and I've thrown the Ned some, but I just haven't dedicated. And I was actually talking to my guys at American Legacy Fishing today about. I think my spinning rods they're more for shaky heads. They're more for, you know, a little bit heavier finesse, if you will, that I need to get a rod that's dedicated for, you know, fishing a Ned. You know, I've watched Alex Rudd catch a lot on the Ned. And
sure.
That's actually the next rod and reel combo I'm building out is 4 Neds. And I was actually looking at the 30 and 40 piece combos that you guys have on the site right now.
Ooh. Yeah, I just put up some new ones.
Oh,
yeah, I'm in the process of building out 10 new kits, redesigning the entire thing.
Oh yeah.
Let's
Deadly Ned.
Yeah, the Deadly Nedley. Let's go to James O'Neill in Salem, Missouri, and let's see what he has to say. What's going on, brother?
Hey, Rick. Hey, man. I don't know what it is, but every time I get on here and listen to you guys, you are so quiet. That's why I say something about you guys turning it up. Don't mean to be bothersome about it, but you're low, and then like halfway through it, you become loud again. I have to turn my computer all the way up to hear you. I mean, max it out.
Really?
Yeah.
Is anyone else
So
having that? Is anyone else having that problem? Because if you are, comment below in the chat, because that way I can yell at Jared, and we can fix this problem. So
get a new IT guy. Just be done with it. I'll work for
Listen,
you. I'm an IT guy.
listen, here's the deal. Here's the deal. As long as you don't tell me what Jared tells me all the time, did you restart your computer?
I can't do that.
Step number one.
Let me guess. We can't do that. That's probably his first thing. We can't do that.
Yeah, no. His stereotypical answer is, yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to investigate. That's going to take some time.
Oh my God. Google's right there in front of you, dude. Get on your phone, look it up, and tell him.
Well, yeah. So just so you know, so Jared used to be in charge of IT and podcast production. We replaced the IT part of his role with my 16-year-old kid, and it's amazing.
You got degraded, dude.
As quickly as I thought I had a replacement, I realized that my 16-year-old is only excited about seeing deposits go into his bank account. He's not excited to actually help solve my problems. So I'm looking for IT all day long.
I'm not in Missouri. My phone number's from Missouri. I actually lived in Concord, North Carolina.
Okay.
When I got out of the military in 14, my wife's from here.
Yeah.
So I just moved out here.
Smart.
So, yeah. JT, I just started following you. The frog, I did agree with you. That's a pretty snarky frog. You probably just put up on your wall and say, here's a frog I got from MONSTERBASS. No diss on you, Rick. I mean, your bags have been spot on.
Fine.
They've been awesome this whole time. That's just a pretty gnarly frog. It'd be fun just to throw it, just to see if something did catch it. And the bad thing is, JT, you probably catch your biggest bass on it. And you'd have to say, Rick, I'm sorry. This is my number one frog now.
There you go.
It's not the first time I would have to do that. But I already know I'm not tying it on.
He's like, I'm keeping it in the paper. They just go on my wall.
Yeah, this one I'll hang up as decoration back here behind me.
I hear you. I got the white one, so yeah, it's funny. I'm glad. I mean,
I can actually, you know what I'm going to do? I mean, I'm actually going to treat this one as a real tribute. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to put some fishing line on it in a loop, and I'm going to hang this on my Christmas tree. That's where the sparkly. That's where the sparkly pink frog is going to go.
Well, what's the name of the color?
No, or you can say dragon.
No. Hold on.
I don't even know where does it say.
I think it's on the back, or it's at the very bottom of the front.
Dude, it literally says Christmas party gone bad.
There you go. You're welcome.
So we're getting Christmas presents in September.
See, it's like the gift that keeps on giving.
That's
Telling
awesome. Yeah, I can't wait till you start. I can't wait till you guys start filling out the stuff for next year. My birthday's next month, but I'm just waiting to see what comes in the bag next month. I think it'll be awesome. But yeah, thanks guys for the bags. I'm glad I found y'all. I've been loving the bags. I even spent like $200 on bags to get my brother-in-law, so loving it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love the bag.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do for everybody that's watching. I'm going to go find, actually, I'll do it while we're sitting here. I'm going to see how many of the Christmas party gone.
That's got to go in the December bag.
Gone bad. Hold on.
Hey, yeah, I just got to go to everyone just to get it from December bag.
Okay.
Just to put
all
it
right,
out
here we go.
gift.
Ready?
Perfect.
Is everyone ready? If you go to the website and you look, soft baits, hard baits. Let me move it. I'm going to move it. Hold on. I got 158 of them left in stock. I can't believe I'm
Got to go in. It's got to go in the December bag.
I'm gonna make them $1.
There you go.
I'm gonna make them $1.
Well, don't lose money on them, boss. I mean, we're not saying to be rude, but I think it would be fun to put it in the December bag.
Okay, fine.
I'll make them now that I see the name of it, I got to be a fan because I'm not gonna fish it. I'm gonna hang it on my Christmas tree after I cut the needle points off.
Yeah, just throw it out as a Christmas gift. Don't put it out for everyone. Just like randomly throw them in there with stuff and say, "Here's your Christmas gift this year." Just like a random, here's your thing. Like some other companies do. Like put your name on, or they throw in money for bullshit. Just say, "Hey, this is your Christmas gift this year."
Well, here's the deal. I just made them 99 cents on the site. If you want them, you can go get one. And when the show is over, they're going right back up to whatever the MSRP was.
You know what I need to do is I need to do a giveaway around Christmas time. Everybody who tags me on Instagram showing me one of these on their tree, I'm going to do a drawing and do a giveaway.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I gotta find it.
That's going to happen. So go get you one if you want a chance, and I'll make the bundle that I give away worthwhile.
Oh my God. You want me to send you 10 so you can put them on your tree, Gramps?
I want everybody to have a chance to participate.
I got 100 left, so I mean, hold on. We're gonna send you 10 right now.
Let me get off here so you guys can have some other callers.
All right,
Sorry to
man.
keep you up.
Thanks for calling in.
Take it easy, fellas.
Thanks for calling in, man.
Bye.
All right, with that, I guess we should let's give away another golden ticket. We're gonna give away golden ticket stuff until somebody claims this stuff, because I got boxes lined up in the garage full of gear, really good stuff. And don't forget, I'm giving away a rod. It's worth $100 to $150. All you gotta do is participate in Super Chat or call in and ask a question. Everybody gets everyone gets some love here. All right, the next golden ticket is W369 5K 3500. Okay.
Somebody asked what it was. We're talking about the fat bastard Christmas party gone bad frogs. Go get one.
I will give them this. And I've been very upfront. I don't think you're going to see them in the box. See you later, Rafi. Again, unless they really fix up their... I like some of the stuff, some of the product that they brought. It's good.
Yeah.
I've seen some inconsistencies in terms of the quality. There's been a couple of them that just... I mean, we sent them out. We got some customer service issues. And when I started doing my own research, you know, when I'm finding 2 out of 10 that I'm questioning, that's just too many. So we probably won't see.
I mean, to me, if it's not a name we know, it should be, and this goes on to you because you're the man. Mm-hmm. If it's not a name we know, it should potentially be a name that becomes something. I mean,
I would agree with you.
I've gone on and on about the X Zone stuff, about the big bite baits. You know, I saw Alex was fishing, you know, with the swim on from Big Bite Baits on the back of his Thunder Cricket or Chatterbait. You know, that goes to show those kind of, you know, if we're out fishing with them in tournaments or even just out, you know, chasing big fish, that says something. I never would have saw the swim on, you know, probably unless it came in the bag. I don't know when I would have seen the X Zone stuff that I'm a real big fan of now.
You know, it's funny that
if I didn't see them in the bag. So,
but it's funny that you mentioned that, because I think of X Zone as like totally mainstream. Like, I think of Big Bite Baits as totally mainstream. They are from you know, they're in. When I think about, you know, they're in the big box stores. They sponsor a bunch of tournament anglers. But it's surprising, and maybe that's because I work in this industry. But I got so many, when I started working with X Zone, I got so many emails from people like, who the hell is X Zone? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, these guys.
Well, you got to remember, where most of us, if we're shopping, the majority of the stuff we're going to see is Berkeley and Strike King.
Yeah,
why?
100%.
Because they have been around and they make arguably, you know, the best stuff. They're the ones that everybody compares everything to, except for your, you know, high dollar mega bass and, you know, your stuff like that. But, you know, it's kind of like, you know, even when you're in Walmart, if you look at some of the littler jigs or something that's less expensive, you know, the company, but, you know, it's not the mainstream kind of thing. So we don't always just pick it up, because like somebody literally just said, rural America is where you don't find, you know, stuff like that. We're shopping in Walmart. We're shopping in Rural King.
Yep.
You know, I have to drive 30 minutes to have a Dick's Sporting Goods to find anything, you know, from the kids you were talking about earlier and stuff like that.
Totally. I've got someone that is instant messaging me saying that they've just purchased all of the No way. Come on.
Did somebody buy all the frogs?
Come on. Why would you do that? Let me see. Did they really just do this to everybody? I don't believe it. He just bought 25 frogs. All right. Am I allowed to call out his name? I mean, I don't care. Listen, if you're watching, and you obviously are, I applaud you for buying 25, but I damn well better see a Christmas tree covered in fat bastard frogs with a monster. I don't want a Monster Bass logo on it. Actually, I don't really care. I better see a tree covered in fat bastard frogs because that'll be really funny. So kudos to you. Oh,
the upstate angler says he ordered 25 of them for his mini tree. There it is.
Oh, there it is. It's the upstate angler. All right. We can call it out. It's Stephen Moore, the upstate angler. Wow. I'm really moving the needle today with the revenue.
You make a space.
Yeah, there goes my profit margin. I'm sure someone will ask me what I'm thinking about tomorrow. Whatever. Okay, do we have any other calls on the line? Camp Waffle Stomper ordered 5 of them. I'm gonna just guess that his name is either Randall or Michael. Do Eagle Claw hooks rust? Gramps, what are your thoughts?
I mean, realistically, I think any hooks can rust. I put my stuff in quality. I mean, I fish I fish all the hooks. I mean, it's most hook names that we know. You know, you name them out, they catch fish, and they're going to rust if you put them back in something wet. It's just the nature of the beast. You got to let the stuff dry out, and you know, I don't know that I've ever had tackle that didn't rust if you didn't take care of it, and that includes you know, trouble hooks and all that too.
Yeah. Fair enough. Man, I've learned a few things today. A lot about Christmas. A few things about fat bastards, and
takes one to, you know. Oh wait.
Yeah, for sure. What? How many subs you at right now?
Oh, I hate calling people subscribers. They're my fishing fam. I think we're just over. I think we're over 11K. So this time last year, I was probably about 1,000.
Is that crazy?
It's been a little crazy. I mean, the community has been, it's been what it is. We've done some veteran, and you know, we've collected. What I tell people is, if you've got extra baits, if you're buying new stuff and you got a half a pack of something left over, send it to my PO box and we'll put it in a box and build some, you know, tackle kits for, you know, the VA home up at Indy, or for new anglers, or
is that,
you know,
what you
people
do?
that
Is
we
that
run
what you
into.
do with
So,
your,
I mean,
you create bags and give them out at the VA?
We ended up putting a bunch of stuff in a box to take up to. There's a VA domiciliary up here. It can be difficult at times to get the stuff in the right hands of the right people. First time we tried that, they actually sent it back to us. So then we just started leaving stuff in strategic places around where we know the home is, so the guys can pick the stuff up. Because when you're dealing with government agencies like that, it's not always that easy. My brother, who I partner with in a lot of these things, was at the VA domiciliary for just over a year. So he has a lot of friends and you know, fellow veterans that are there. So he makes sure what we collect gets into the hands of those that are either still there and going fishing up on the little lakes up where that home is, or that live around him that he stays in touch with. So we, you know, and that's when Rafi started sending me the bag, I was like, you know, this is where this kind of stuff is going to go. And that's what my goal was, is to be able to help out those that can't afford it or don't have the means to get stuff. And then my community, or it's our community, they just flooded my PO box with stuff, and I'm to the point now where I was like, all right, let's hold off and we'll do another drive maybe next year because, we got to be able to find, stuff so that people can have it. But it's been an outstanding year of growth for the channel and, for the whole community because, everybody's in a giving spirit and love supporting each other. And that's kind of what we're here for.
Amazing. Gramps, I don't know what's going on, but we just had someone else. William Rhodes just bought 30 of them. And, oh, you little bastard. This guy also used a promo code on it. Bro,
Gee.
come on. He bought them for 79 cents each. Ugh, bro.
Did he use Alex's code?
No, come on. All right, here's what I'm going to do. That's bullshit. You can have 20. Update order. I'm refunding you $8.57. You can have 20 of them. There you go. All right. For everybody else,
awesome.
I'm watching the chat, okay? Here's the deal. Everybody, please don't go buy 50 of them. Buy one. I will give away every person. The first person that buys one today, that posts a video of you catching a fish on the Fat Bastard Christmas party.
Gone
bad frog. I'm going to send you a rod.
Oh.
Limit one per order. So go buy one frog. They'll all ship on the same exact day. Listen, if FedEx sucks, I'm sorry. If UPS sucks, I'm sorry. I don't own those companies. I just give them my products and then they take care of them. So we all got a fair shake. They'll all ship on the same day. Everybody that buys one Fat Bastard frog today, y'all got a shot. I'll give you one for the first person that posts the video and on YouTube or Instagram, wherever. And you got to email me the video to rick@monsterbass.com. God, now I'm thinking of all these things I want to do with these frogs. I'm giving away a rod. So buy yourself, what's that?
Now he's saying you have to buy the frog today.
So I can, so it's fair. I can see all the orders.
Yep.
And I'm going to mark each one of them so that I'll know that you weren't using
there you go.
So that you don't use the green glitter one, not the white one. So that I know that you didn't. Yeah, that's the frog. Buy one of those little frogs, and we'll give away a rod, $100 to $150 because I don't know how much these rods are. I just know they're not garbage. So
everybody's saying that people already have the frog. Rick knows who's ordering today, so that he can verify it with somebody who actually bought one today.
That's right. God, all these orders. Look at this, 25. Who is that? Is that T-Rex? Stephen Moore. God, I have to adjust your number. Now I'll let you have the 25 for this time. Anyways, we got somebody bought 15, somebody bought 26, 5. Come on, guys, one. Make it one. Go buy something else. Buy it.
Yeah. There's so much good stuff. You added more stuff. I got to go look tonight.
Oh, I did. I'm getting ready to add a whole lot of stuff and getting ready to acquire a company. Can't talk about it.
Oh man.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but Sam Moore. This can't be Sam Moore. Oh, it's the other Sam, sorry. All right. Anyways, I don't know, Gramps. This is I didn't realize we'd be talking about fat bastards the entire show. I thought it was a fishing show, but
well,
yeah. So listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I want to be respectful of the fact that you took time out of your day to spend with me. So thank you. I do want to say this: if you ever start making bags again for the VA, I definitely,
Oh, yeah.
definitely please let me know, because
Yep.
I would be more than happy to donate, something to help you put, depending on what it is you're trying to do. I'd love to be a part of it and help out.
I sure will.
So,
Yeah, probably in the spring again. If we don't, it's hard just because of logistics. I'm actually going to try to reach out and find some other veterans organizations, maybe like the Fallen Outdoors. I know they do bass club tournaments and things like that too. But I'm going to be actively looking for, because we have we have so many people that are like, oh, dude, we'll donate. Everybody buys new baits every year and they have leftover stuff, and we can put them in the hands of somebody that can use them. So, oh yeah, but I'll definitely be in touch.
right on. Right on. Well, listen, if you're sitting at home and you're wondering who I'm talking with, go give him go check out his fishing channel, Fishing with Gramps. Join the family, learn a few things, have some fun along the way, and who knows, maybe you'll learn a thing or two. So, hey, I appreciate you being on the show, and hopefully you can come back again sometime and we can do it again.
That'd be awesome. Thanks a lot for having me.
You got it, man. Thank you.
All right, take care.
All right, bye. That was America's favorite grandpa. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but I mean, I don't have a grandpa in it. But if he wants to, adopt me, my birthday's coming up, Christmas is coming up, and I need a grandpa, and someone will take me fishing. He seems like he'd be pretty cool to hang out with. Yes, and thank you for your service, Gramps. 100%. Ken Bracken, how can I check my golden tickets? Well, they're all on the screen. Can they not see them? They should all be there. Any suggestions on how to fix a hole in the hull of a kayak? I do. Rivers Fisher. Have you seen Flex Seal? That guy makes a rowboat. He puts a giant hole in the rowboat and uses Flex Seal. I mean, I saw it on TV, so it's got to be true. Give it a try. Yeah. All right. Let's see how the fat bastard frogs are being given away today, because clearly I'm not selling them. All right. Well, there you go. We moved quite a few frogs. Oh my God. We sure did. Thank you to Devon for only buying one.
Don't light anything near the Flex Seal until fully dried.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness. My name, we're not making you eat your words, bro, but you should make a video fishing that damn Christmas ornament and see what you catch. It'll probably be pretty good. All right, folks, we're going to get to the live, to the last golden ticket. And then do me a favor, head on over to Burley Fishing. Check out their channel. They got a live show today. Probably a pretty good one. Not sure who their guest is, but, they always have a good time. Next week, I want you to tune in. I want you to have your questions lined up and ready to go. I don't have a guest. I don't have a co-host. It's just going to be me and you. We're going to talk about 2022. We're going to talk about what my vision for this upcoming year is going to be. We're going to talk about my vision for the box, how it's going to change, what I think it looks like, and what that means for you. I want your feedback before I actually implement this and then have you tell me that I'm the craziest SOB on the planet. And even if you tell me that, I still love you. I just want to make sure that I've got your input before I make this change, because remember, I do this for you guys. So, who's got the score on the game? Hold on, we got to just double check, because my fantasy team. Oh, it hasn't even started. Oh, it starts in 1 minute. Gotta go. What's... golden ticket. Q4266J2546. That's the final golden ticket of the day. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. don't forget, next week's a big one. I want you to all tune in. I want you to have all your questions lined up. I'm going to give away a free bait next week. And we're gonna do a social media experiment. So get ready, tune in. Free baits, a lot of good conversation. You and me, 2022. How are we gonna take over the world? So head over to Burley Fishing. Tell them I said hi. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much.